Okay, it's me, Matt. I'm here in Vegas, always in Vegas, stuck in Vegas. Welcome to week 17, the last week for the NFL regular season. Every team plays. They all play on Sunday, no Thursday night football, no Monday night football. As always, we'll be handicapping using the quick and dirty method for NFL handicapping. Actually, it's the quick and dirty NFL football handicapping method, kind of a long title. By Ken Osterman. We've been doing this for the first 16 weeks. It showed a profit. It's a mechanical method. Quickly, I'll go over the NFL results for last week using this method. According to the method, there's a lot of bets on the 17th week. Got to be careful though on this last week. A lot of things are happening. Some teams are already in the playoffs. They have nothing to gain by winning or losing, so they'll be resting their players. And you still got the last 2 or 3 weeks here, you got players really fighting for next year's salary, whether they're even be playing the NFL. Some of them will be free agents, trying to look good those last couple of weeks. So a lot of things are happening. Sometimes it can be difficult to handicap. But quickly, let's look at last week. We were using this method. It was 4-5-1, so one game under 500 with a push. That's week 15. Let me look at my notes here. Losses were Vikings, Lions, Colts, and the Redskins let us down, and the Titans were another loss. Wins were Eagles, Cowboys, Cowboys, Falcons. They should have beat the Chiefs, but they still covered the spread. Then you had the Bears, the Bengals, and then the Broncos-Chargers game was a push. So that's 4-5-1 for the week. Down 1 for week 16, but the method's still holding up, showing a positive return on investment. Now, going into week 17, this week there's a lot of bets here. So I'll just go over them one by one really quick. Packers, Bears. This method has Bears should be -3, but they're the underdogs +4.5, so it's Bears +4.5. Cowboys. Cowboys are on a roll, and this method really loves the Cowboys. They should be a couple touchdown favorites, but they're only 1.5 over the Giants. So yeah, I'm going to bet that one myself. This method's got Cowboys. Steelers, Browns. Steelers by this method is the choice, pretty big choice here. Steelers are +8, but that's because I think Rudolph should be the quarterback and not Big Ben. So this method is +8, but keep in mind that it'll be Rudolph instead of Big Ben. So that and the Browns are pretty good. That could be kind of dicey. Then there's Saints, Panthers. This method has Saints take +6, Jets, Patriots take Jets +3, Vikings, Lions +6.5, Buccaneers take the 6.5 points. They're the favorites. Buccaneers -6.5. Bengals +12. That's a bold bet there. Dolphins, Bills -3. And this is a tricky one because the Bills got nothing to gain in this. They're going to be resting their players. Fitzpatrick won't be able to come in and bail out Tua if he has trouble towards the end. He's positive for COVID-19. If they make the play, they got to win this game to make the playoffs. If they can win this game against the Bills, who may be phoning in some of this game, they'll be resting some of their players, at least part of the game, and maybe Tua can pull it off. I'm kind of rooting for the Dolphins. The Bills are in though. Yeah, take the -3 points on the Bills. Yeah, if they're all out, they'll probably beat the Dolphins to cover that spread, but they may not be all out, so keep that in mind. And then we got 2 more bets here. Chiefs are +3.5 against the Chargers. They're the underdogs. They haven't covered in weeks. They haven't covered the spread, but +3.5 is what this method goes with. And then you got Seahawks over the 49ers. The point spread by this method is -10. They're only -6.5, so that's a good Seahawks bet there. I'll probably take that myself. The 49ers, they're at home. They just want to probably just get the game over with and go home after that. I don't know. I think the Seahawks will be revving up for the playoffs. Yeah, so there, I'll go over them real quick. So it's going to be Bears +4.5, Cowboys -1.5, Steelers +8, Panthers +6, Jets +3, Lions +6.5, Buccaneers -6.5, Bengals +12, Bills -3, Chiefs +3.5, and Seahawks -6.5. So that's a lot of bets, but be careful. This method has held up well all year. We'll see how it does the final week of the season. There's going to be a lot of good games, even if you don't bet some of these games. One game, for example, that will be interesting is Cardinals-Rams. Winner goes to the playoffs. Winner take all there, pretty much. I don't know about these ties. They always have, if one team ties and some other team loses, that never happens. Ravens, yeah, the Ravens are really looking good right now. This method takes the Bengals. I'm going to just pay attention to how well they play, because they're just moving strong into the playoffs right now. They're looking real good. I don't think that game will be that interesting, but I am interested to see the results of that game. Redskin, Eagles, there's no bet using this method, but heads up, Alex Smith is questionable. He needs to play. They let Haskins go. Allen's hurt. They got fourth string quarterback, who's now kind of their second string or first string if Smith gets, if he can't make the game. They win and they're in, but I don't know. I get the feeling that the Eagles are going to take the Redskins because they don't have a quarterback. That's going to leave the winner of the Giants, Cowboys game, makes the playoffs. That game, both games, the Cowboys is going to be in the rain probably. Redskins and Eagles, that's like an 80% chance of rain. They're going to be raining. They're going to be playing in the mud. So take that into consideration. Always make sure you look at those last minute changes, especially the quarterback, and always make sure you look at the weather. Some teams, I think, do better because they got the ground game, but we got a bunch of games here by the Ken Osterman's method, and we'll see how it works out. I go with a subset of these. I always do the handicapping per the method, and then I start looking at a subset. So there's a lot of bets here, but you got to be cautious. I personally, I'm going to take the Cowboys over the Giants, 1.5 points. I think they're really rolling right now. They're looking good, actually, considering they started out so bad. Of course, they lost their quarterback, and I don't think the Redskins can win without Smith, healthy Smith. So, a great story. Alex Smith coming back after being very sick and injured, but I don't think they win. The Redskins are not going to win. Cowboys will win. They're going to make the playoffs. I'm betting on the Cowboys to cover the spread, even if they don't make the playoffs. And Seahawks 49ers, 6.5. Will they win by a touchdown and an extra point over the 49ers, who have already given up for the season? I say yes. Those are my two bets. I only got two this week. But anyway, good luck, and I'll be back next week to report on the results, and then I'll talk about the playoffs. This method you can use for the playoffs, but even Ken says in his book that it's mostly for the regular season. Be careful using it for the playoffs. But I'm going to use it for the playoffs, and then I'll give you my own opinions too, once we know all the teams after this Sunday. So good luck.